Push to approve, Lufthansa 74 Charlie.
Ground flight deck.
Go ahead.
Please confirm that the brakes are set.
Communications are okay and the brakes are set.
Understood, parking brakes set.
Clear to land, 25 center, Lufthansa 11290.
Okay, the tower is disconnected and equipment is clear.
Thanks, and you can disconnect and go to hand signals.
Thank you and have a safe flight.
Lufthansa 74 Charlie, are you ready?
74 Charlie, we're at 18 fully ready.
Lufthansa 74 Charlie, wind 200 degrees, 6 knots, runway 18, cleared for takeoff.
Clear to take off, runway 18, Lufthansa 47 Charlie.
V1.
Lufthansa 74 Charlie, proceed direct Domo. Lufthansa 74 Charlie, you are leaving my airspace, switch to Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Over to Unicom on 22.8. Thanks so much for your great service, Norbert. Have a good night.
Have a good night yourself, Cody.
Cheers. Hello there, Happy New Year's. My name's Cody, or Lufthansa 1435, and here we are. We're back on another Fly With Me episode. As you can see beautifully on the screen in front of me, we are in the FS Labs Airbus 321, and I couldn't be more thrilled with this airplane. I have flown the crap out of it over the holidays, and we're back with just a really quick rotation as Lufthansa 74, Frankfurt to Düsseldorf. We took off with ATC, which you would have seen in the beginning of the video, and we are now headed into Düsseldorf. We're just about top of descent. So I'm going to set, I think it's 4,000. We're just going to go right down to. The departure controller cleared me right to the start of the star, which was really cool. So we're on the Domox to Golf BAM transition, which I should probably maybe make sure is filled in there correctly, and 3,000 is where we're going to go down to. So we're already under 10 nautical miles to top of descent, so we'll start a nice quick early descent. And this airplane is absolutely, like, I've been really enjoying it. Like, all things aside, I don't run the best computer, so it doesn't run the FS Labs very well as it is, but for what it has been, I've actually been able to get some really great flights out of this. It has a CPL-DC system built into it, which I've actually yet to use. I wanted to use it, but a lot of controllers haven't adopted it yet, but it will be fun when we can. I've taken it on long haul, so I think about 5 hours is about the longest flight I've taken it on so far. And I've got no complaints whatsoever. It is a beautiful machine. So much so that I've noticed a lot of our pilots over the holidays have also been using the 321 quite a bit. So what were we going to do? We were going to have a look at a couple cool things here. So as you see, there's a company message right now. I'm willing to bet that's probably just for my setup. So MCD menu, ATSU, AOC menu, so received messages. Yeah, it's my performance from earlier. So we'll clear that, make that message go away. But we can go back and request arrival ATIS. Yeah, the cool thing about the company message already. So back to the AOC menu, received messages, no information available. Well, that's sucky. Thanks for that. Well, the arrival at just caught me off guard. Come on now. Düsseldorf, we have no significant weather, cab okay, 170 at 13, we're coming in on the 23 left rather. QNH 1025, there is someone on the ground right now, so I'm going to keep my eye on him as we approach the airport. What is he showing up as? This is DHK 11A, he's going from Düsseldorf to Low, so yeah, we'll keep an eye on him. So let's take that out of there. But yeah, what was really cool is you can come in the ATSU menu, ATC menu, do like connection, I think it's notification, and then you can start by notifying the center that you're online. But just trying to see ADSC detail, no, notification. No. There's a way to see who's actually online, which unfortunately I think no one's online. That's why that menu's not coming up right now. So be it. So Unicom, we are for sure set, and we're catching up with the glide now, so that's perfect. Let's, we didn't actually turn the seatbelt signs off, so rip passengers, that's what you get for flying with me, I guess. Did a lot of cleanup, so like the end of last year and the start of this year has been absolutely just fantastic as far as P3D is concerned. Airbus 330, Airbus 321, the Feel Air Embraer jets, which I might be getting a copy of, the updated 737 NGXU, we still have the 7.4, we still have the 7.7, we still have the 7.8, like, you name it, like almost every plane that I want to fly right now has actually been available in P3D. So I spent a lot of time over the Christmas season kind of refining and fine-tuning my my setup. So we purchased a little bit more Orbex stuff, so I don't have full-on land class on right now, but I do have this Orbex vector thing installed, which to me has made an incredible difference because there's a lot of mountainous terrain, especially in Europe, which I thought was really, really cool. So I'm enjoying that stuff. Let's get our landing system on. Yeah, like, and then we're gonna do this little S-turn kind of thing on the final. Really enjoyed that. So that's made things look incredibly better. And yeah, like I said, my airplane library is just expanding ever so much. So much so that, like, I'm thinking for Xplane right now, really the only planes that I maybe fly in Xplane is the 738 from Zibo, when I don't feel like flying the NGXU. And then you have the 767 are really the only airplanes that I have left in Xplane. So I'm probably going to be curbing Xplane for just a little bit, unless something mind-blowing comes out for that. But I mean, kind of right now I've already started financially saving for Microsoft Flight 2020. So the first step in that is new computer, which I'm so tempted just to go out and mass drop a bunch of money on parts, but I'm not going to do it because we're getting, you know, married this year. So once we get past that, maybe there might be a little bit of money back in the budget to do that. So couple of puppies around the house, they're going absolutely mental as they normally do on my Tuesday night recording session for Fly With Me. So they may come running in here and trying to jump up on my lap at the worst possible time, but that's what they do. So transition right now is allegedly, according to Little Nav Map, which that utility I've really been using a lot more over the last little bit too. Oh, that's because it's showing online client, not showing me the airport information. Show information. I wonder if that will actually show up in OBS again. I was having a problem with it not too long ago. No, it is showing me Fly Live dashboard instead of Google Nav Map, so very well. The other cool thing that happened in the holidays, I got a little creative with my credit card points, and we picked up this little beauty here. The Logitech G4 something. The only reason why I'm not using it right now is I have a bit of a challenge with the audio setup of the recordings. So for the recordings, you hear my voice that's recorded on a different computer, which is where I need the microphone to connect to, but I need to listen to the audio coming from my sim computer, and I can't split the two. Now it is cool, it comes with this handy little connector here that takes the one microphone and connects it to mic and thing. The Problem is that the recording computer doesn't have a microphone input on it, which is very weird, but it is a small factor computer, which is why it doesn't. So I got to come up with a solution for that. But other than that, all is really well. So we're passing through 15,000 now for the arrival into Düsseldorf. Maybe we'll do CTAFs over voice and see if anybody responds. I don't think this guy will, but we'll see. Maybe he is talking down there and we're just not hearing. Hasn't moved yet though. NMES. Let's see what NMES has to say. Now what is DHK? I've actually never heard of that one. DHKI cowl. Survey says oh, it's DHL. Oh, cool. Oh, yep, Düsseldorf. That makes sense that there'd be a DHL flight. Oh, and he's an Airbus 333. So that, yep, there you go. Really though? DHL is 333s? No, really? Alright. DHL Aviation. DHL Aviation has 757-200s. A300-6. Nice. I've always wanted to fly one of those. The 300 and the 310, I just got an interest in that, and like just to see how like these flight decks, like on the 18, 19, 20, 21, and 30s, kind of came to their starts. I've always been interested in flying one of those. They got 332s, 333. Oh, they only got one 333, and it's operated by European Air Transport, Leipzig. ATRs, that's pretty cool. Now before we make this turn here and before we get below 10, let's check in on virtuallh.com. It's been a while since we've seen what's happening. So over the Christmas period we expanded a lot more. We're up to 116 pilots now, which is absolutely phenomenal. Some of our latest guys have went on a flying tear. Johnny got a hold of me this morning, was like, we're already up to 16 flights and it's January 7th. And I'm like, yep. 1,662 routes. So far as a community, we've flown 1,179 flights. And today at work, I did a tear on our fleet table, 841 airplanes. Now, that is 841 minus 2 because there's 2 waiting for retirement flights. So that's 839 minus 5 because we had to create 5 generic airplanes for the tour flights. So 39 minus 5 is 834. 834 is how many real world Lufthansa, Aerologic, and Sun Express airplanes are now. Now what's cool about the Sun Express, which I didn't realize, is they, over the holidays, retired all their Airbuses. So they retired the entire Airbus 321 fleet and 2 of their 737s. So that's impressive but scary at the same time because they are expecting 5 737 MAX 8s and 9s in some configuration like that. But they haven't received them yet and they're returning their leases. So that's pretty scary. I don't think Norbert wanted to talk today. He didn't call me to say that he was ready for takeoff. So this is the turn at Domux. The guy on the ground has not backed up yet. Okay, good. Make the turn here at Domux. And there you have it. So, do I still have that open? Speaking of virtuallh.com, this year so far the new tours. So right now we're doing the Amir's Anything Goes tour. Paulo's tour continues to the end of February, and the It's Aerological tour actually ends here in 5 days. So the last of the stragglers have finally completed that, so that one is finished. So congratulations to everybody for that. But Emir's Anything Goes tour is the really cool recent tour. So what it is we give you 7 legs. So starting at Frankfurt, going to Emir's city of Singapore. Singapore, and well, you can read for yourself. There is 10 trips here, ending up back at Frankfurt. The way this works is you go to Frankfurt and you will find the flight called ZAT001. And when you book ZAT001, there's no specific fleet attached to it. It's just a generic airplane. When you check that generic airplane, when you get into your sim, you choose what you want to fly, but it has to be a Lufthansa airplane, of course, like your Lufthansa group. So, like that first flight from Frankfurt to Singapore could be done in the 744, the 748, the 777 of either Aerologic or Lufthansa Cargo. Or Swiss, or you name it. I don't know if the Airbus 333 would make it though, but you could try. That's the beauty of that particular thing. Anything goes. You choose whatever you want as far as airplanes is concerned and knock yourself out. And you don't have to use the same one throughout the entire tour. You like first flight, let's do a 7-4. Second flight, maybe in 321 might do the trick. Third flight, correct, let's take a -8. Operator's choice. And that's the beauty of that tour. And that is a springboard for a very big tour that I cannot announce yet, but as soon as we get an official word on something, it's going to be absolutely legendary if we can do this. So, alright, back with Lufthansa 74 here. We're descending through 6. Let's switch over to the QNH, which we said was, I think it was 1025. 1025, indeed. So, 5. And I have mine set to do both sides automatically. I just can't be bothered. 25. Big long runway there, so we'll do auto brakes low. And the localizer's coming in nicely. That guy has not backed up from the terminal yet, which is good. Means I can just hold off on my CTAP until we are established on the localizer. Now after BAM, we hit decel, so we'll start kicking out flaps. And then once we get onto the localizer, that's when it looks very small, really short here. 10 to, yeah, just a little, maybe about 10 nautical mile final. So we will do gear and flaps all the way down to 5 in succession. I haven't done flaps 3 in this one yet. Someday soon maybe, but not yet. We're still just getting comfortable with the airplane, but the only thing with this is because it's so much longer, I've been having pitch warnings on landing, so I'm not getting myself down. Like this one, you can't like just go like this on the way in. You really got to kind of get down low, like almost a little bit below the glide, and then shallow, and then let your power off, and then just kind of let it glide down almost flat rather than doing a proper flare. So you got to be very careful with that in this thing. So Düsseldorf weather loading in now. Düsseldorf should hopefully be within range now. And away we go. And of course this is the time where the co-pilot puppies and co-pilot dog behind me are going to get into their war. So 3,000 is what we're going for. We just hit decel. Might have to use a little bit of speed brake to help it out here in a moment. Let's look at the inside of your airplane. Nice. Why? Oh shit. The throttles on this thing are so cumbersome. Crap. Airplane. Alright, so max. Come on. And just because of that, I'm going to have to put the gear down now just to help. Oh yeah, we're going too fast, aren't we? Oh crap. Alright, well, let's get the localizer on. We can bleed the speed off, it's not a problem. It's just, as I was switching views and using the spoiler, I bumped the throttle.
2,500.
2,500. Come on, come on, come on. Slow down, baby. What's the gear retract speed on this thing? They don't tell me on there, do you? That's okay, good there. Gotta look see outside. Speed check flaps 1. and gear. And approach, autopilot 2. There it is there, and we are on an 8-mile final. So, Düsseldorf traffic. Lufthansa 74 is on an 8 nautical mile final at runway 23 left at Düsseldorf. Okay, there it is there. And we're on the glide, lock and glide. Perfect. I think we just barely got that one back. So, auto brake low. Let's arm spoilers, flaps 2. Dump the rest of my flaps here in about 2 nautical miles. How about that? God, that was almost disastrous. Thankfully this airplane is really forgiving. Now I'm going to try and check the cabin, but he won't check. Alright, let's go flaps 3 and full. Click and click. Love the wing view when you're putting flaps out. Such a beautiful bird. Okay, so let's do our final check. So landing sun blue, flaps full, auto brake low. Let's turn the rest of our lights on. No visual at the runway yet because of all this haze. That guy is taxiing now, so I will do another CTAF here in a second once we get down to 3 nautical miles. Alright, looks nice. Well, he pushed back, so he hasn't moved yet, but I don't trust a lot of people. Alright, wish me luck. First landing of 2020 as Fly With Me. Alright, let's do more. 1,000 call out. And Düsseldorf traffic. Lufthansa 74 Charlie is on a 3.5 mile final, 23 left to land at Düsseldorf. Airport's in sight. Winds are 31 on the nose right now. Good God, that's just sick. Oh, this is gonna be something pleasing. Okay. There's our friend. He's right there, the little dot on my dash. Okay. Wish me luck. That crab going though.
$500.
Off to the side and low. Okay, let's come back this way.
400.
Way off the center line. We're at the D crab here in a minute.
300. 100 above.
Holy crap, we're low.
$200.
Okay.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Really low, really low, really low.
50. 40. Pitch. 30. 20. Retard. Pitch.
Oh my
5.
God. There it is. And reverse, decel. Keep ourselves in the center. Auto brake disable and there you have it. Right on. All right. Pedal disconnect on. There we go. Düsseldorf traffic, Lufthansa 74 Charlie has vacated left onto Lima 6. Awesome. And the gates are right in front of me. How about that? So let's check out. Let's stop here for a second. Have a look, see outside here. Bring those guys in and that up. Our friend the Airbus is moving now, so strobe lights off. Those can go off. Master start switch on that and start. Perfect. Alright, and let's go get ourselves a parking spot. Now, IAE engines, no thrust required. She just moves on her own. It is nice. So we're going to come to the left here onto Lima 6. Now, in the opening of the video, hopefully I cut it in, you would have noticed I started using Ultimate Ground Crew X just for pushback. I'm still using GSX for arrival and for loading and stuff like that because Ground Crew X doesn't have that, but it says G2 on my screen, but it's definitely not G2. Alpha 2 is safe dock. No. And Lufthansa is what we are, thank you. Hopefully that got that. I don't see my cars over here. I think we got the wrong gate. So you are Bravo 2. Ah, that's what happened. Bravo 2. No. Lufthansa. There they are. And I heard that kick over. Hasn't been 3 minutes, so I can't shut my engines off yet. And hot brakes, of course. Everyone with this airplane always seems to have hot brakes. Bravo 2. Kill the turn-offs. Kill the nose lights. Now, who's going to be right? Safe dock or the numbers? And or my brakes? 321 on the sign is confirmed. Whoa, too far. Oops. Oh well, so be it. Okay, so just like that, engine 1, engine 2, and we'll clear you, put 2000 in there to indicate that we are done. Throw that back to auto. We did not shut that off. We just fried a bunch of people in the terminal. Excellent. Cool. And kill that, F12, operate jetway, E2 to front cabin door, confirm selection. And let's get deboarding requesting, waiting for other services to complete. Excellent. Which means we should have power here in a moment, hopefully. Although I feel like I pissed it off by playing around. So let's go MCD menu, options, external controls. Yeah, okay, so it did give me power, cool. Rid of that, and thank you there. Open upper cargo door, it's doing itself, so let's just leave it like so. as an airplane deboards itself. So thanks so much for joining me for that first Fly With Me of 2020. Airbus 321 from FS Labs. Thoroughly impressed. Can't say anything more than that. We'll be back next week with another Fly With Me video. My name is Cody. Be sure to sign up at virtuallh.com. Come join me and the rest of our the rest of our community for some great Lufthansa and Lufthansa group flights. So yeah, there's nothing more to say than that as we see the passengers get off on the left-hand side here. So cheers, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Happy flying. Bye-bye.